Ahoy, One Piece crew! Who truly rules the seas in the world of One Piece? Is it raw strength, unshakable haki, or the determination to reshape the world itself? With so many legendary figures crossing the Grand Line, narrowing down the top 20 strongest characters is no easy task. But today, we are taking on the challenge. From Yonko, who can destroy islands with a single move, to Marines who hold the line against chaos. Every character on this list has reshaped the course of history, but who stands at the top? And, more importantly, where does your favorite character rank? Oh, and stick around till the end, because we've got a Shanks fact so mind-blowing, it'll change the way you see episode 4 forever. Ready to dive into the strongest legends of the seas? Let's set sail! Number 20. Kizaru. Kizaru is the definition of a walking cheat code. With the Pika Pika no Mi, he's got light speed movement, laser beams, and enough firepower to take out half a city without breaking a sweat. He fights like he's clocking in for a day job he doesn't really care about. Imagine moving at the speed of light, but still showing up late because, well, you felt like it. Kizaru's chill attitude is both hilarious and terrifying. He fought during Marineford, zipping around and casually blasting Whitebeard's crew like he was playing laser tag. But the real question is, how strong could he be if he actually tried? For now, he's chilling here at number 20. But let's not underestimate him. He's got potential to climb higher if he ever decides to wake up. Number 19. Aokiji. Cooler than ice? That's Aokiji in a nutshell. With the High no Mi, he can freeze oceans, entire battlefields, and probably your drink if you ask nicely. He's also responsible for some of the most iconic moments in the series. Remember when he froze the sea to save the Straw Hats during the Long Ring Long Land arc? Absolute legend. But let's not forget his 10-day battle with Ainu on Punk Hazard. 10 days. Can you imagine fighting someone for that long without a snack break? The battle was so intense, it literally changed the climate of the island. Half is frozen, half is burning. Talk about making your mark. Number 18. Kozuki Oden. Oden isn't just a character, he's a walking, talking epic. This man faced Kaido, survived Whitebeard's strength, and endured 60 minutes in boiling oil to save his crew. Let's be real, Oden's willpower alone secures his spot on this list. One of his most legendary moments? Standing in boiling oil while holding up his retainers above his head, making a seemingly impossible act look heroic. And don't forget his swords, Enma and Ame no Habakiri. Enma is so powerful, it drains the user's haki, and Zoro's still figuring out how to control it. Oden wielded both as if they were extensions of himself. If he were alive today, there's little doubt Oden could challenge the Yonko and hold his own. RIP to one of the greatest samurai to ever walk the Grand Line. Number 17. Prime Rayleigh. Rayleigh, the Dark King, is the ultimate example of don't judge a book by its cover. Sure, he might look like a laid-back old man polishing glasses at a bar, but in his prime, this dude was Roger's right-hand man and one of the most dangerous pirates in history. Even in retirement, Rayleigh showed his strength by holding off Admiral Kizaru at Saboti Archipelago. And don't forget, this is the guy who taught Luffy Haki. He's basically the Mr. Miyagi of the One Piece world. Except instead of wax on, wax off, he's teaching you how to knock people out with sheer willpower. Fun fact, Rayleigh once swam across the Calm Belt. You know, the place filled with sea kings? No ship, no backup. Just straight up Chad energy. Number 16. Big Mom. Big Mom isn't just a Yonko. She's a force of nature. With the Soru no Mi, she can control souls, creating terrifying creatures like Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon. Imagine being so strong you have a literal sun and thundercloud working for you. Wild. But Big Mom isn't just about raw power. She's a master of psychological warfare. Her tea parties are more dangerous than most battles. And if you don't show up, well, let's just say you won't be missed. Sure, she's taken a few L's lately, looking at you, kid-in-law, but don't count her out. Big Mom's got the durability of a tank and the appetite of, well, a tank. Never underestimate her hunger for power or sweets. Number 15. Blackbeard. Blackbeard is basically the ultimate opportunist. He's the guy who always shows up at the last second to steal the treasure and the glory. With the Yami Yami no Mi for darkness and the Gura Gura no Mi for earthquakes, he's a walking natural disaster. And let's not forget, he's the only person in history to wield 2 devil fruits at once. Fun fact, Blackbeard's strange body might be the reason he can handle 2 devil fruits. Fans have been speculating for years. Is he secretly more than one person? Whatever the answer, one thing's clear. Blackbeard isn't just a threat, he's the threat. Number 14. Monkey D. Dragon. Dragon, Luffy's dad, is the most wanted man in the world and the leader of the Revolutionary Army. While we haven't seen much of his power, his reputation alone earns him a spot on this list. If he can scare the world government this much, you know he's not messing around. There's a theory that Dragon controls the weather, which would explain why storms seem to follow him wherever he goes. If true, he's basically the ultimate don't mess with me warning system. Number 13. Dracul Mihawk. Mihawk is proof that you don't need a devil fruit to be a legend. As the world's greatest swordsman, he's the benchmark for anyone who dares to pick up a blade. His duels with Shanks were so legendary, they're still talked about to this day. Mihawk's calm, composed demeanor only makes him scarier. He's not just a swordsman, he's the swordsman. Number 12. Monkey D. Luffy. Our boy Luffy has gone from a goofy kid with a dream to one of the most powerful characters in the series. He started as the guy stretching his arms to steal meat from the dinner table, and now he's breaking reality itself with Gear 5. With the Hito Hito no Mi, model sun god Nika, Luffy's battles are straight up cartoon chaos. Think Looney Tunes meets Dragon Ball Z. Imagine turning your hair into goggles mid-battle just to flex on your opponent. That's Luffy. He's out here bending the laws of physics, pulling rubbery moves that make Kaido look like he's stuck in 2D, and having the time of his life doing it. You know those TikTok challenges where people recreate anime fights? Luffy's fights are the challenges. Good luck keeping up with that Gear 5 energy. But don't let the humor fool you. He's an absolute powerhouse. His mastery of Conqueror's Haki, combined with his unshakable will, make him a true contender for the Pirate King title. By the end of the series, Luffy's destined to be at the top. He's not just chasing his dream, he's literally reshaping the world. Believe it. Number 11. Akainu. Akainu isn't just a fleet admiral, he's the living embodiment of rage quit energy. This dude doesn't argue, doesn't negotiate, he just rage punches anything in his way. With the Magu Magu no Mi, he doesn't burn bridges, he lava nukes them. His punches are so hot, they could turn a barbecue into a volcanic eruption. If Akainu shows up at your cookout, forget marshmallows. Your house is gone. And then there's Marineford. Akainu didn't just fight, he absolutely deleted Ace, leaving every One Piece fan crying in a corner for weeks. The worst part? He didn't even flinch. This guy's face stayed so cold, it was like he was doing his taxes during the fight. Ruthless isn't even the word. This man is in his own league of savagery. Number 10. Prime Sengoku. Sengoku in his prime was like your cool uncle, but with Buddha powers. With the Hito Hito no Mi Mado Daibutsu, he could transform into a massive golden Buddha capable of sending shockwaves that could knock out entire pirate crews. Talk about peaceful yet terrifying. During the Marineford War, even though he was older, Sengoku's presence was enough to keep things under control. And don't forget, he fought alongside legends like Garf and Roger. Sengoku isn't just strong, he's a master tactician. Think of him as the chess grandmaster of the Marines, except he's playing with pirate lives instead of pawns. Number 9. Golden Lion Shiki. Shiki is the OG pirate rock star. With the Fua Fua no Mi, he could make entire islands float, turning them into flying weapons of mass destruction. Imagine pulling up to a battle with a literal island as your weapon. Next level flex, right? He's also one of the few pirates who fought both Roger and Whitebeard in their prime. And let's not forget, he escaped impelled down after cutting off his own legs. Did he cry about it? Nope, he just replaced them with swords and kept on being awesome. If Shiki had a TikTok account, it'd just be him doing stunts with captions like, "No legs? No problem." Number 8. Kaido, the world's strongest creature, is the ultimate raid boss. With the Uo Uo no Mi model Azure Dragon, he can turn into a massive dragon, breathe fire, and tank hits like he's got cheat codes enabled. His durability is so insane, the dude tried to execute himself multiple times and failed. Let that sink in. Kaido literally can't die, even when he wants to. But Kaido isn't just about brute strength. He's a master of Conqueror's Haki and one of the most feared figures in the New World. Sure, Luffy managed to take him down. Barely. But Kaido's legacy as an unstoppable force remains intact. Fun fact, Kaido's favorite drink is sake. He's basically that one friend who turns every party into chaos after one too many drinks. Number 7. Shanks. Shanks is proof that you don't need a devil fruit to be a total boss. With his absurdly strong Haki, he can stop wars just by showing up. Remember Marineford? The second Shanks arrived, everyone, from Blackbeard to Ainu, was like, alright, we're done here. That's the kind of energy we all aspire to have. And let's talk about his crew. Shanks doesn't just roll deep, he rolls with some of the most powerful and loyal pirates in the game. If Shanks is saving his true power for the endgame, the world isn't ready. Did you know that Shanks' love for partying is legendary? In one SBS, Oda revealed that Shanks would 100% be the guy to show up uninvited to your house party, but somehow make it better. Number 6. Prime Garf. Garf is the definition of punch first, ask questions later. The man doesn't need a devil fruit. He's got fists that can literally crush mountains. In his prime, Garf fought toe-to-toe with Gold D. Roger, and together, they took down the Rocks Pirates at God Valley. Garf's raw strength is so absurd, it feels like he could punch Kaido into next week and still make it back in time for dinner. Even in his old age, he's out here throwing cannonballs with his bare hands. Absolute mad lad. Fun fact, Garf wanted Luffy to be a Marine. Imagine how chaotic the Marines would have been with Luffy on board. Actually, scratch that. Maybe it's better this way. Number 5. Whitebeard. The strongest man in the world wasn't just a Yonko. He was a one-man army. With the Gura Gura no Mi, he could create earthquakes that could literally destroy the world. Even at Marineford, while he was old and sick, Whitebeard still took out half the Marines and left a massive hole in the battlefield. In his prime, Whitebeard was an unstoppable force. His rivalry with Roger is the stuff of legend, and his crew treated him like family. Whitebeard wasn't just strong, he was a father figure to an entire generation of pirates. Number 4. Gold D. Roger, the Pirate King himself. Roger didn't need a devil fruit. His mastery of Haki and raw willpower were enough to conquer the Grand Line and discover Laugh Tale. His battles with Whitebeard and Garf were so epic, they're still talked about decades later. Roger's charisma and strength made him a legend, and his legacy continues to shape the world. Without Roger, there would be no One Piece. Enough said. Number 3. Rox D. Zebek. Rox was the ultimate villain of his era, leading a crew that included Big Mom, Kaido, and Whitebeard. The guy aimed to become king of the world, and honestly, he almost succeeded. It took Roger and Garf teaming up to take him down at God Valley. Rox is still a mystery, but his influence is undeniable. If he were around today, the One Piece world would probably be in flames. Number 2. Imu. Imu, the shadow ruler of the world, is one of the greatest mysteries in One Piece. They control the world government from the shadows, rewriting history like it's their personal fan fiction. We don't know their full powers yet, but we do know they casually erased an entire island from existence, like they were hitting the backspace button. And that's not just terrifying, it's next level petty. If Imu controls the ancient weapons, they're easily one of the most dangerous forces alive. Imagine having the power to rewrite the world's balance and doing it while nobody even knows you exist. If Imu ever steps out of the shadows, They won't need to fight. Their mere presence will shake the world. The question is, are they a mastermind or something we can't even comprehend? Either way, if Emu shows up, just hope you're not the next typo. Here we are, the ultimate number one. Drum roll, please. And no, not with Usopp's nose. It's time to talk about the legend himself. Number one. Joyboy. Joyboy isn't just a name whispered through history. He's the MVP of One Piece. Imagine being so cool that the world government spends centuries trying to erase you from existence. As the original wielder of the Hito Hito no Mi model sun god Nika, Joyboy had powers so wild, they probably made everyone think, is this guy hacking reality? But he wasn't just strong. He was the ultimate party starter. Instead of fighting for himself, he inspired the whole world to dream of freedom. And let's be real, if Joyboy showed up at your house, he'd probably fix your Wi-Fi, teach you to dance, and save the world all before dessert. Without Joyboy, there'd be no Luffy, no One Piece, and no Dream of Adventure. He's not just the strongest, he's the one who made it all possible. And that's the list, crew! What did you think? Did your favorite character make the cut, or do you think someone deserves a higher spot? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Now, as for that Shanks fact, remember when he scared off the Sea King in episode 4? At the time, it just seemed like a cool, heroic moment. But in reality, it was an early glimpse of his conqueror's Haki in action. A subtle hint from Oda that Shanks was destined to become one of the most powerful and influential characters in the series. Even back then, Shanks was flexing in ways we didn't fully understand. That's storytelling genius right there. Before you go, if you like this content, make sure to like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss an adventure. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams, keep charting your own course, and remember, the One Piece is real!